Hi guys, it's Miss Smart here from Westlake High School. I have my person here, Rachel, is going to help out, and this is our canine buddy, Bucky. He's a 1-year-old Catahoula, and he is going to be our demo dog today. He is a puppy. He's still learning a lot of stuff, but you're going to hopefully see a few videos with him. Today what we want to talk to you about is a canine physical assessment. This is what we would call a nose to tail assessment of your animal. This is good to do with any animal that you have. You do with a cat or any animal. We're going to talk to you about how to do that with a dog. We're going to talk to you about the reasons we want to do it. The first reason we want to do it is so that you can find abnormalities or things that are wrong with your dog before they become a problem. You also end up becoming very familiar with your dog's body so that when something is a little off or different, you'll catch it a lot quicker. The other reason we want to do a physical assessment is so that it can desensitize your dog when they have to go to a veterinarian or a groomer, or if anyone else has to handle the dog. But most importantly, the fun thing about a nose to tail assessment is that it helps you to bond with your dog and just form a closer relationship with them. Now let's talk really quick about what a nose to tail assessment is not. It should never, ever take the place of you bringing your dog to a veterinarian on a regular basis and for regular checkups. And when you do find an abnormality or something just doesn't seem right with your dog, you should always consult with a veterinarian. It also should never be a source of stress for you or your dog. So if that's going to be the case, then you need to kind of take it slow, take it easy. It doesn't have to happen at a certain rate or anything like that, and it could be intermittent as well, depending on your dog. One of the reasons we chose Bucky was because he's not very used to people like handling his feet and things like that. And if you're doing this at home with your dog may not be used to being handled either. So we thought it would be a good example to show you how he handles it, how your dog may or may not handle it. So with that, we're going to start with the assessment. Okay. So for the first part of our assessment, we're going to start at the nose of the animal. So what you want to do is you're going to check to see that the nose is moist. It should be no discharge or anything like that from the nose. And if the nose is really, really dry and cracked, it could mean that there's some sort of illness. So you need to get that checked out. From there, you're going to go to the mouth. Rachel, see if you can get him on the side. Okay, you're gonna lift up his lips. It's easier to do this when they're in a sit position. Oh, goodness.
Sit down. Sit. Okay.
So you're gonna pull back his, it's okay, do it from there. Pull back his lips. Okay, you may have to take a few tries to do that, but what should happen is that the gums should be pink, black, or pink with black spots, depending on the breed of the dog. In this instance, Bucky, being a multicolored dog, he's gonna have pink and black gums. You're gonna check their teeth. There should be no plaque or tartar buildup and no broken teeth.
He's all good.
All right, then we're gonna look at his eyes. Okay, so you want to run your thumbs kind of over his eyes. Make sure that they are clear, clean, and symmetrical. Discharge from the eyes isn't necessarily a big, huge sign of illness. It could just be a sign of allergies. But needless to say, if it's a problem, if it's really irritating the dog, or there's just a lot of stainage and drainage and things, you might want to talk to your dog about his allergies. Okay, from there we're going to look at the ears. Now, depending on the type of ears your dog has, he has kind of floppy ears, so Rachel's going to run her hands across every part of his ear. She's going to kind of rub them and massage them, make sure that there's no lumps or bumps, there's nothing that's hurting them. She's going to look down in his ear to see if there's any buildup or anything like that. And if you'll massage at the base of his ear, Rachel, just like that, that feels good to them. But if there was any kind of inner ear infection or anything like that that was hurting him, he would wince, he would holler, something like that. We would know that we might need to get him to the vet. There should also be if you have a long-haired dog, make sure there's no mats or tangles, and there should be no odor coming from the ears. Okay, from there we're gonna go down the neck and the chest, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna do these circular motions where you're just rubbing them and massaging them. It's gonna feel great to the dog but what you're doing when you do this is you're just feeling for anything that feels out of the ordinary, things like that. The neck should be strong. It should have a good range of motion, and he has all that. Next, you're gonna go down his ribs. Ribs should be seen, Ribs should be felt and not seen. If you cannot feel the ribs, this could indicate obesity or other health issues. And if you can see the ribs, it's a sign of malnutrition. His back should be straight, no bumps or knots on his back. And then you're gonna just rub his abdomen and his belly. It shouldn't extend past the width of his chest. It should not hang down below the ribs. And there should be no masses or bumps. Obesity, bloat, pregnancy, or you could have problems in the intestines if there's anything like that, if they're like overly large in that area. Okay, the legs. So when we assess the legs, they should be straight with no swelling, no knots or masses. You're gonna go all the way. You just rub down the whole leg, and then you're gonna check his feet. You're gonna check his toenails. They should not touch the ground when standing. And you're gonna rub between his toes, and that's important to do to desensitize your dog. If you do need to trim their nails or anything like that, or if they get something stuck in their paw, veterinarians are gonna do this, but groomers may need to do it as well, and it's just important to do that.
I know, you don't like it.
Good job. All right, and then we're gonna check out the tail, okay? So you're just gonna run your hand down their tail, again, kind of just like you're rubbing it or massaging it. Don't pull on it or anything. Some dogs do not like for you to touch their tail at all, so you have to be careful with this one. It is important that you desensitize their tail so that they don't get snippy if anyone were to touch their tail. You're gonna check their skin and coat for sores, scratches, things like that. Is their fur soft? Is it brittle? Keep an eye on things like excessive licking or scratching. Those could be allergies or boredom. And you also want to check for parasites while this is all going on. He just ran away.
Alright,
okay.
stay.
All right, well, guys, I want to thank you for watching and taking the time to meet Bucky. And let's hope that you can spend some quality time with your dog, your cat, your pet, and remember to give them regular physical assessments, not only for their health, but so that you can bond with your pet as well. Thanks, and have a gosh darn great day. The reason we want to do a physical assessment used to being handled either. You might want to talk to your dog about his allergies. What you're gonna do is you're gonna check this. So you're gonna pull back his. It's okay. Do it from there. Pull back his lips. Should be no plaque or tartar buildup and no broken teeth.
He's all good.
All right. Then we're gonna look at his eyes. You want to kind of take your thumbs and rub kind of over the top of them. She has treats in her pocket. The treats in the pocket, I don't think was a good idea. Their tail at all, so you have to be careful with this one. But it's also important that you desensitize that area.
Come here. Come see. Cool.
Excessive licking or scratching, those could be allergies or boredom. And you also want to check for parasites while this is all going on. He just ran away.